What happened in Parliament this week? On Monday, MPs quizzed the Defence Secretary on everything from support for military families to defence procurement to innovation in the sector. Then in the Commons, there was a debate on the Public Office Accountability Bill. Now, this is a bill that is going to increase transparency and support for victims when there's been public failings and a public inquiry is necessary. Tuesday, well, that was an opposition day debate. That means the opposition get to choose what we talk about. They tend to pick things they hope the government won't like. This week, there are two topics for the two debates: high streets and welfare spending. Over in Westminster Hall, where there's lots of shorter debates, it's really worth looking at Westminster Hall. There's a lot of good work goes on there. This week we talked about international development and we talked about the Worldwide Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria, and a few other things as well. Check it out, Westminster Hall, it's really worth watching. On to Wednesday in the Chamber, there was two debates. We were considering Lord's amendments to the Employment Rights Bill and then also to the Public Authorities Fraud, Error and Recovery Bill. Now, the Lords had come up with amendments and then they'd sent them to the Commons for us to debate. We debated the amendments and then we voted on them. And to be fair, we didn't really agree with an awful lot that Lords had to say on Wednesday. So now it's back to them to decide what they want to do next. Now, we don't often talk about the House of Lords, but in the other place, as we have to refer to it, the Commons, they were talking about the Planning and Infrastructure Bill. Now, that's important because what they decide, that's coming back to the Commons next week for us to consider their amendments. Select committees across both houses were very active this week. Topics that they talked about included media literacy, the UK-US relationship and assisted dying. So now you know,